Good afternoon, everybody. And right after Game 1, which ended just a couple hours ago, we are already back here at Dorham Park for Game 2 following a crazy Game 1. This is pregame Kettle Talk. I am Sean Ellertson, and that is Matt McHugh. Matt, let's talk about last night's game. A lot of chances for both sides, especially for Cotuit. Could not cash in extra innings. How demoralizing is that for a team that had really swung the bats well heading into yesterday's game that folded into today?
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That is pretty demoralizing for any team in that situation. But now it's crunch time. You're, like you said, backs against the wall, elimination game. It's games like this that separate the good teams from the great teams, in my opinion. And I think Cotuit has shown they have the talent to be one of the great teams all year, but now it's just mentally you have to just wipe that first game from your memory. You got a clean slate. You got a guy you trust on the mound tonight. That's the recipe for success right there. So I feel like you just have to wipe that game, move on, take their game to the next level like they can tonight. You're in for a good night.
And yesterday, it seems like we jinxed it, but we talked about the defense in the pregame and how they had really responded well over the last couple weeks. 11th inning struck, and, things went downhill for the defense, especially Griffin Conine and Zach Cohn.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for any team to be in. You're coming in cold, a little rusty. It's the beginning of a game, but it's the intensity of an end game situation. It's kind of a strange spot that none of these players really have been in. So it just kind of didn't work out in that situation, but Coach talks about being involved in every play, just being focused at the top of your game. I think an elimination game like this tonight, they will be focused. They will be into every single play, locked in. That's what you need to win.
And for those of you who are actually confused at home, Cotuit played 10 innings last night, did not come to a decision, so they resumed play today. Went 11 innings, Cotuit lost 6-3 in extra innings to Bourne in Game 1. And now let's go to Kara Biernat, who's back at Lowell Park with head coach Mike Roberts.
Thanks, guys. Coach, tough loss tonight, and it was done in their very unique fashion. We played 10 innings yesterday and 1 today. Has that ever happened? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Well, not in the Cape League. I've been in suspended games before, but not in a playoff situation.
And tonight's game has turned into an elimination game now. What are you telling your guys as they come in with their backs against the wall to come in and find a clear mindset for the next game?
Well, the only thing I've told them is, are you there every pitch? Sugart's on the mound, and he needs everybody in front of him and behind him and on the bench to be there every pitch. And that's the challenge for me. Are you there every pitch? And if you are, then you'll play well, and we'll see what happens. But you got to be there every pitch.
This game was a roller coaster of emotions, and I saw you talking with your guys in the dugout for quite some time today. What is something that you told them that'll allow them to come in with a fresh mind today?
Well, again, we're still involved in it. Playoff situation. I told them about the Cubs last year when Cleveland came back from a 5-1 deficit in the 9th inning, and Hayward took them in the rain delay and said, look, we've come too far. So that's kind of what we talked about, and you have to handle it in a professional approach, and it's one game. If it's no different than if Bourne or ourselves had won yesterday, it's still a one-game situation that you're moving into. It just happened to be that darkness got us and we had to switch it over to today. So these guys have been great all summer. They've been very professional in their approach. I really have a lot of confidence that they'll play well tonight.
And we agreed yesterday that this series was going to be a battle of the bullpens. As it was, Bourne struggled against our bullpen, and it took them 2 errors to kind of win this game. How confident are you in your relievers' ability to work through tonight's game?
Well, to me, it's not the relievers. You have to play great defense in close ball games, and obviously today, we struggled with that, and so hopefully we can come back and play, whether it's the starter or reliever. We have to handle the ground ball and the fly ball, which we didn't do in the 11th inning today. But again, different ball game, different place, and we played a doubleheader on the road Monday and played really well. So I know the guys will play well tonight.
And 2 of your 3 runs were produced from home runs. Would you say that you guys need to start stringing together maybe some longer rallies to get enough runs to win the next 2 games?
Yeah, well, we did talk about that. I think one of the things, if you notice with this club at times, is that we have taken a lot of third strikes, and I encouraged them just to swing the bat a little bit more often. That's something that I grew up, in a mentality that, you swung the bat. It was meant to be swung. Today, in regards to where you may play around the country, what coaches you play for, and it's true in professional baseball too. Guys look at a lot of pitches, but when they end up being called third strikes, that's not good to do. So I have encouraged them to swing the bat a little more often tonight.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck today.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kara. Now I'm here with Matt Liberman, beat reporter for the Cotuit Kettleers. And Matt, I want to talk about the pitching matchup tonight. Chase Sugart is on the mound for Cotuit versus Eli Krause from Kent State. Big 12 versus the MAC. What does Sugart have to do tonight to outduel Krause?
In Coach Roberts' words, he has to throw strikes. I know it sounds simple, but it's a lot harder than it looks. You have to go out there, you have to keep the ball low, you have to paint the zones, and you have to really paint a good picture of the zone. You have to be able to be somebody that can locate the outside of the strike zone, the inside of the strike zone, and make sure that you can consistently hit those spots. You can't leave it over the plate. You can't let it go too low. You can't let it go too high. You just have to get it in the zone, and you got to be able to command your fastball. That's his biggest thing, is his ability to get ahead in counts, use his fastball, and then close somebody out with his breaking ball. But in order to do that, he needs to throw first pitch strikes with that fastball. So it's all about just getting ahead in the count and getting those strikes in. And Coach Roberts will love to see if he can do that. I know he emphasizes it after every game. We ask him, Coach, what could the team have done better? And his answer always is throw strikes.
And Krause is a lefty tonight, Matt, for the Braves. This is a Cotuit team that has not hit lefties well all year. What type of adjustments do you think Cotuit is going to make in Game 2?
Well, there's no doubt that this is going to be a tough game for Cotuit. Their backs are against the wall right now after that demoralizing loss earlier today, so they're down 0-1 in the series, and against a lefty who has pitched really well. He was the MAC pitcher of the year, so clearly just a solid all-around guy on the mound that can really command you with his fastball, but also has really good stuff with his breaking ball, has a really solid slider, a changeup as well that can really fool people. So this is going to be a tough game for Cotuit. What they need to do is they need to swing early. I know that when you look at this lineup, that was a problem for them earlier in the season, is that they would swing early and they would jump out at pitches, but it would end in swings and misses. For them, they need to jump out at pitches early, but they need to use conservative swings. They can't be swinging for the fences every time. And that's a problem that this team has, because you have so many big bats on this team. You have to know when you can hit a ball levelly. You can't always go with that uppercut swing. Sometimes you have to go with Coach Roberts' style. Lay a bunt down, lay a slap hit down. Just do the little things. Like Coach Roberts always emphasizes the little things, but in a game with your backs against the wall, and if they lose tonight, they'll go home. You need to be able to do those small things that Coach Roberts loves. And there's a reason why he's been coaching, in this league so long. It's because he's been successful, and that's the way that he's been successful.
Let's see if Cotuit can do those little things tonight. Let's see if Chase Sugart can stay locked in like he did when he walked by prior to this interview. First pitch is at 6 p.m. here at Durham Park. For Kara Biernat, Matt Liberman, and Matt McHugh, I am Sean Ellertson. Thank you for watching Pre-Game Kettle Talk.